For this video tutorial, we will be looking at the subscapularis tendon. A useful starting position for assessing the subscapularis tendon is the bicipital groove over the long head of biceps in transverse plane. We have our patient in a seated position and the arm in a neutral position. I now move the probe medially and we can start to image the subscapularis tendon. As I come more medially, we will come to a hypoechoic structure, the coracoid process. From here, we go back to a more lateral position again, and we're now going to ask the patient to externally rotate their shoulder and just hold in this position in a maximal external rotation that is comfortable for them. We can then follow the subscapularis round until we come right back to the bicipital groove and the long head of biceps tendon. So we're looking at the subscapularis here in the longitudinal plane view. Okay, from here we can rotate our probe 90 degrees, so we're keeping the patient's arm in external rotation. We rotate the probe 90 degrees, we come back to the coracoid process, so we're heading medially. And then as we start to move the probe more laterally again, we'll see a little bit of the fibers of the subscap muscle just sitting on top of the tendon. And then as we come further around laterally, we can get this tiger stripe view of the tendon. So here we can see the different fascicles of the subscapularis tendon. Can be really nicely visualized there. Now if we keep coming round and we remember the relationship of subscap and the long head of biceps, this will drop us onto the long head of biceps tendon in the long plane view because they run at 90 degrees to one another. So long head of biceps tendon in the long plane view, and then I head directly medial, and that brings me onto my tiger stripe of the subscapularis. Okay, and then I'm going to rotate my probe around just to finish off. So once again, we're in the longitudinal plane view of subscap, and we'll go back to our starting position where we were sat over the bicipital groove. So that's the ultrasound scan protocol for the subscapularis tendon.